Hi, this is Alex Wood with the Journal-Inquirer. I'm here with Dr. Joseph Macary, who's the superintendent of schools in Vernon, which of course also includes Rockville. And we had spoken on the phone the other day about the long-term effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on education. Dr. Macary had some very interesting things to say, and I'm just hoping he can share some of those with us now.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming and meeting with me. I appreciate it. So I think, we all want to get back to normal, but the normal is not going to be what it was in March of 2020. I think we're going to have a new normal. And there's the COVID-19 has created a lot of long-term effects that are going to happen on education. So just some small things to share with you. I think the virtual learning, a lot of kids do well with it. I think you're going to see that stay in education, whether it's for blended learning or for homeschool students or students with school phobia. I think there'll be some type of virtual learning aspect. I don't know what it looks like yet, but I see that being one of them. One of the simpler things is water fountains. Water fountains are like germ factories, and if you ever go into an elementary school, they're slurping on them, etc. We've transformed all of our water fountains into bottle fillers. So I think you're going to see more of that happening, little things like that in schools. But I think the biggest thing that concerns me is our students in kindergarten, first, and second grade. Those are the formative years where they learn to read. As everybody says, from K to 3, you learn to read, and then from grades 4 to 12, you read to learn. So without those basic foundational skills in reading, decoding, encoding, reading comprehension, they're going to have problems for years to come. So as a school district, we need to be ready to fill in those gaps. They did not get the best education possible. It would have been better if we were all in, but this health pandemic created this problem, so we're going to try to remedy it. But I think the interventions are going to be needed for years to come because, for example, in grade 1, students on their direct reading assessment, DRA, go from a score of 4 to 18. Well, those students last year in grade 1 are now in grade 2. We're working on building those standards, but there's going to be some sort of intervention we're going to need to do with them, and those students are going to be in our school district for the next 10 years. So this pandemic is going to have some long-term effects, specifically with intervention. In addition to that, we're seeing issues with math. Math, as you know, is sequential. You need to build upon it. We're seeing some lower results in mathematics that we're concerned about. So there's a lot to do with this pandemic, a lot to go for, but I don't think you can expect to go back to where you were. This has definitely changed us, changed our students, and we need to move from there.
Well, thank you. I think just one additional thing that you mentioned when we spoke on the phone is with respect to the sort of long-term adoption of some form of virtual learning, that would require some legal changes at the state level. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. Currently, right now, we're working under executive order where students can do virtual learning. I think you're going to need to see some state regulations change, some state laws change, where students can do virtual learning. For some students, they excel at it, and they love it, and it's a great thing. For other students, they struggle. But I think that's an option that you're going to see stay. And you may see some type of blended learning where you have both in-person and out-person, especially at the high school levels. But those will have to be statutory changes.
Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate you sharing those thoughts with us.
Thank you.